Welcome back to the show, and we are glad you are still with us. Lovely. As I indicated to you earlier, we promised to delve more into Crystal Rivers, one of the best, actually the best mixed-use development in Kenya. And we brought you the investment opportunities here, and many of you have loved this, and you've had questions which we required the experts or the real partners to answer those questions. My name is Alex Chamada once again, and with me is Judy Muthoni, the project lawyer. Karibu, Judy.
Thank you, Alex.
Lovely. You love the project?
Yes, love this project. We've actually been on the project since inception, way back when, before they built everything, when had hats and gumboots even as lawyers walking around, and we have been able to see it to what it is today.
Wow.
So yes.
You've been working with the project,
Yes.
literally speaking.
Literally, yes.
Yeah. Also on the show is Milka Wachira, who is head of diaspora and home loans at Stanbic Bank.
We are happy to be part of this project. We have financed quite a number of the end users, and we are happy to see how the project has progressed.
So following our video, and I saw a question, someone really wanted to understand the real legal processes before I acquire a unit at Crystal Rivers. What do I need to know? Maybe take us through, Judy.
Okay, so if you want to buy a unit at Crystal Rivers, you would of course first come see that the unit is actually built and it is existing. Once you have seen the unit, you will be provided with a letter of offer with terms, of course. You will also be provided with a title. So we have sectional titles for each of the 398 units. You'll be provided with a title, and you're at liberty to undertake a search, official search, at the Lands District Registry at Machakos.
How long could this process take?
If you're being financed, it takes typically about 90 days. If you're a cash buyer, let me give an example of a buyer who bought in November. They have already occupied the unit, and their title currently is undergoing registration at the Machakos registry.
Yeah. And thank you for reminding our viewers that this project is found in Athi River, Machakos County, and it's a unique location. I mean, the SGR not far. And if you are coming from Nairobi, you would have used the expressway, and within no minutes you are here. Let me go to Milka now. So how do you come in to support the project now as Stanbic?
We come in as financiers. So we have two types of buyers. We have a cash buyer, and we have a buyer who requires financing. And as a bank, we support both cases. And one of the things maybe I could urge, especially the diaspora customers who even have bought into Crystal Rivers, at Stanbic Bank, we have made it very seamless for you to own these properties. Before we partner with any developer, we have to come and walk the journey with the developer. We see the site, we ensure that the project is actually a good project, and that is the work we have done with Crystal Rivers, amongst other developers. The process that we undertake this customer through is the analysis of their income, and then Judy will provide us with the legal documentation. That is a copy of the sectional title and a copy of the sale agreement.
Back to Judy, you know, one of the fears I've seen among Kenyans abroad is the title. There used to be something called mother title, so someone is not sure. So when I'm sitting on this property, educate me a little more about this. How do you address those fears?
So the project, when it started, it was 25 acres. So as the project progressed, as you've heard, it's mixed use. So we had to separate the commercial land, which is the mall, and the residential land. So that was done by doing a subdivision. So the residential land was on their own title, the houses on their own title, apartments on their own title. Those were the mother titles. Let's call them mother titles because the house has its own, apartment had its own. Now, once we had those, to undertake the process of converting from the mother title to sectional, you have to surrender the mother title.
And as you deal with the diaspora, what else have you discovered? Any further fears, and how are you dealing with them? How do you find diaspora? What do they want to know?
From the first email we send you, it will guide you on end to end. So you sign the letter of offer, you need to sign the agreement, and then you sign the transfer, and then we'll do valuation, and then we'll do registration. If you're also not in a position where you're coming to visit Kenya anytime soon and you need to sign the documentation there, we will send you everything. In some cases, we've collaborated actually with Stanbic, whereby we've sent the agreement, the transfer, and they've also sent their documentation. Then everything comes back as one.
How many sectional titles have you given so far?
So far, we have given, as at today, because I received some actually today before we came, 89. By next week, we will be at 108.
108.
Yes.
Well done. And Milka, I mean, I hear some saying banks sometimes have those two hidden costs you come to discover later. Is that the case?
From the time we encounter our customers, especially Kenyans in the diaspora, we try to be very, very transparent as a bank. We inform you what you need to pay at what point, and we walk with you that journey from the beginning to the end. One of the fears that Kenyans in the diaspora have is they have relied on their relatives so much in the past, especially when they want to invest back home. And I can tell you they have been conned not once, not twice, by very close relatives. So one of the things we have done as a bank is that we have made it very easy for a Kenyan who is in the diaspora, first of all, to get into the bank, to onboard onto the bank in terms of even just something as simple as account opening. It's actually online, it's a link, it's 5 minutes. The next thing is the mortgage process. Once you identify a unit at Crystal Rivers, when you come to us and you want to take a loan, the documentation is very clear from the word go, and even the costs are very clear. Some of the costs that you will incur account for about 8%. The stamp duty, which is payable to the lawyer, the legal fees, the valuation fees, all these fees we tell the client, upfront as we engage with them. And again, the minute you open a diaspora account, you are assigned a relationship manager. This manager is dedicated to your account and to you, basically. They walk that journey with you from the beginning to whatever you need.
This is a statement of trust that you have a banker involved, you have a legal expert involved in this project. So it makes your work easy, and I know I've a following from across the world who are watching. I can assure you there are people in Australia who've been asking me, give us leads to where to invest in Kenya. I was just in Atlanta recently. The same question, give us leads in London, wherever. So the diaspora are watching us. We are glad you trust Daring Abroad, and we'll keep leading you to developers that are trustworthy. But do your due diligence, because when you go to Crystal Rivers, you'll see it all.
And when you come, it's lively. You can hear the children playing outside. You can go to the mall and get a snack. You can do your shopping just across the road. It is just very refreshing to have such amenities around. Your children can swim. There's a school nearby. Yes. So there's so much to offer in Crystal Rivers that there are many people who want to be a part of it.
Great.
At Stanbic, with a 6.5 million price, we are able to finance you up to 95% of that at a fixed rate of 9.5 for a period of up to 20 years. But of course, a client can choose to, pay the loan faster, and the repayment per month for the next 20 years for the mortgage would be about 50,000. And I believe that's a very good deal for a first-time homeowner and even an investor.
And just to mention, even as the loan is being processed, or if you're a cash buyer, as you're paying the amount of money that you need to pay, if you need access to the house, the developer is allowing purchasers to take up tenancy.
Great, this is amazing. Everyone wants a good home, sio nyumba tu. Na mmeona hapa Crystal Rivers, ama namna gani? I've enjoyed this discussion, Milka and Judy. Maybe your parting shot, Milka?
We look forward to any Kenyan who is out there coming to invest back home. Stanbic is open arms, waiting for you to come and, take up the solutions that we have. Let's take up the units at Crystal Rivers. Thank you.
Yeah, and Judy, looking at the camera.
As an investment, this would be a very good investment. The rental yield is 45,000 as we speak, and the developer, through other partners, are able to get you a ready tenant if you're looking for investment. If you're also looking for something that you can buy for your parents, we have purchasers who've bought for their parents and their parents are already living here. And this being Christmas holiday, I know there are many of you are coming. Pass by,
get a moment and see what is at Crystal Rivers. And on that note, we come to the end of this show. It was a pleasure having your company, and on behalf of our broadcasting partner, NTV, many thanks, and see you again next time.